we gotta talk about the Green Goblin gas, y'all. This shit's been too crazy in the past, what is it, 10 years almost? God damn. The weed epidemic has gotten out of hand, okay? This video specifically for anybody who has any sort of ambition, period, and you're a daily chiefer, bro. I need to put you on to the downsides of the Green Goblin plant, bro. This is some downsides nobody's gonna tell you. These are some downsides nobody really clarifies, and I think it's kind of destructive the way weed is presented in today's society, right? It reminds me a bit of pornography back in the day. Everybody's talking about how it's natural. Everybody does it, except it's silently destroying a lot of different aspects about yourself that you're not even noticing. As you see here, I got two characters on the screen. Loki, the god of mischief, but also the illusion guy, and Mysterio smoking a fucking lism. These guys are not good guys, okay? These are not your Peter Parkers, bro. These are who Peter Parkers be fighting. This is essentially the Zaza plant for you, and I'm gonna break it down for you because you guys are not gonna believe me, bro. Before we even get started, I know anybody who's chiefing has a visceral gut reaction when it comes to hearing slander to this plant, bro. The reason I know this is because I was one of them people. The biggest illusion or danger of this plant is its capacity to trick you. And when I say trick, it goes really deep in the background. This is some emotional trickery. This is some subconscious, I don't even know how to describe it, bro. Background process, bro. This is like a virus in your brain, and you open up Task Manager and you see nothing there, but your RAM is being fucked and your fucking CPU is overheating and you're wondering why. This is what the Zaza is doing. I'm gonna break it down all right here. Listen to this objectively. You don't have to do anything after this video, but just consider this shit, bro, please. This shit could save you a lot of time and a lot of energy in your future, okay? Please, please, please tap in. Let's start with the spiritual dangers of this plant, okay? First spiritual danger is gonna be the projection of illusions, as I was talking about previously. The Zaza be placing some Mysterio ass effects in the brain, bro. A lot of these manifest as doubt, but the biggest illusion I think is just a lack of visibility for future stuff. What do I mean by that? All your thoughts concentrate a lot more to the short term. You can't really think what you want to do with your week, what you want to do with your life. You're focused on what you want to do right now while this high lasts. Now, this is very detrimental to somebody trying to plan out their life like a fucking chess game, okay? That's why I said if you have ambitions of doing anything, well, actually you don't if you're a stoner, bro. Let's be 100% dead ass. I'm gonna get into why you have no ambition for nothing. Even if you think you do, it's gonna come up in these future points. But second, which plays into this, is gonna be the killing of the momentum. The way I see people spiritually, the more you have something in your mind and you often think about it, the more you can gravitate towards that thing, right? Let's say you got a goal. The more you have this goal in your mind, the more you hold it there, the more you keep consuming things that relate to this goal, that can help you to this goal, it's gonna manifest as smaller actions, more and more, and steps that you take to getting closer to this goal, right? You could consider this a gravity. If you fall in love with an idea and you want something really bad, just by holding it in your brain, you're gonna begin to relate a lot more things to this thing and pursue those things as they might get you closer to achieving this goal that you want. The gravity of the goal, right? I see a lot of things have gravity in this life that people, not physical gravity, you know, but more of a spiritual gravitational pull. Shout out Dio. The Zaza is gonna kill all of this momentum toward this gravity, or at least most of it, bro. One of the reoccurring symptoms I have every time I chief anything is the complete evisceration of my spiritual momentum. What do I mean by this? When you smoke, bro, nothing is getting done worthwhile for the next 6 to 16 hours of your life, bro. This could last even after you fucking sleep and wake up. You're gonna wake up groggy, you're gonna wake up lower energy, and the mind is not churning like it usually does, bro. Think of the mind as a flowing river. That shit creates it into still water, bro. We don't like still water. Do you guys remember the TikToks? Lock in, dude. The killing of the spiritual momentum is something that nobody will talk about, because it's something that people might not believe in, okay? Think of life as a mountain. If you want to climb this mountain and get better and better results, if you want to elevate yourself, your fucking status, whatever you want to do, if you want to evolve in this life, the Za is gonna slow that process to a crawl, okay? I'm gonna explain a little bit more with one of these future points, but fuck it, man. We should just get all of them on screen right now. The next one is sneaky poison. Sneaky poison, the reason I put this down here is because of the background nature of the Zaza, right? One of my reoccurring states of mind is I'm a fucking badass dude. I don't care how many drugs I consume, I still am gonna get whatever I need to get done, okay? Dumb mentality, because even if I can get whatever I need to get done, it's not gonna be at the quality or the speed as if I was just sober or on some stimulants. Whoa. Okay, we're not promoting stimulants, but that's actually gonna be a discussion for a different video, okay? Because stimulants come with their downsides too. I would rather do stimulants than start chiefing the Za again, bro. And trust me, I've been a master chiefer for 4 or 5 years of my life, bro. And the rate of evolution has been so slow compared to these 6 months that I've been on and off with it, but now I'm perma off of it, bro. Well, actually, maybe not permanently, guys. Okay, maybe on really rare occasions we might toke a little bit, but we're not gonna chief nothing until maybe there's a certain amount of quality of life I have attained. I'm gonna have to decide that in the future, but maybe when I'm comfortable with the elevation I am on this mountain of life, I can chief, because the Za really halts progress primarily. So once you have enough progress, maybe it's okay to chief, but it could actually start reverting your progress depending, I don't know, we gotta see once we get there, okay? But we're not chiefing anytime soon. Let's move on to the clouding smoke effect, okay? Think of the mind as being hotboxed, okay? This is very accurate. You can feel it in your eyes, they get dry. Your vision gets blurrier when you're chiefed up. You forget things a little bit after you think of them, bro. It literally puts a smoke screen in your mind. But the biggest thing the smoke screen clouds is the vision, bro. Don't listen to me, man. Listen to the Bible. There's a lot of shit about vision in the Bible. There's a lot of shit about vision in the Kabbalion, the fucking any sort of ancient text, the mind's eye as people refer to it, the ancients and all that. This clouding effect clouds your fucking goals, your dreams, because bro, being geeked up is the dream. In the state of being a blunt deep, you just finish facing that hoe, and now you can watch whatever movie you want, dude. I was about to say do whatever you want, but you can't do a lot of things while geeked up, bro. You are at the epitome of life when you're geeked. Why would you want to do anything to change your state? This is the biggest downside to the weed, I think. It replaces your dream and your vision with the current moment, which I guess could help. Damn, in some sort, help is a bad word. Which may be beneficial to a very select few groups of people, but I'm talking to the people who got ambition to proceed in life, okay? If you're happy where you are, if you're a body positivity person that's perfectly fine with your condition and your job and your status and your relationships, chief away, I guess. If you have any destination you want to go, the Za is going to scramble your GPS. Number 5, or I don't know, it steals your energy. The stealer of energy, I put it right there. Can you read? The Za is so particular with its energy cycles. More recent times I've achieved, I've been trying to study my state of mind every single time, okay? And I've been noticing the energy cycles of the high process, okay? So you smoke your do, right? You achieve that hoe. Puff, puff, puff. You get a lot of dopamine and a lot of energy. I did this a little bit ago at the gym. I'm going crazy on my workouts for a little bit, but I'm also running out of breath like crazy compared to usual. Downside, another downside right there, mini downside. One incredible thing about this though is the creative energy that is unleashed during this time. For my creative works that I've been brainstorming, as I was on the treadmill, I was just jotting down a page for like 40 minutes of different ideas that are all pretty fire when I look back in a clear state of mind. You know, I'm not saying it's all downsides, but these downsides need to be discussed a lot more thoroughly and compared with their upsides, quote unquote. Once this creative burst is over, which is maybe the first 30 minutes to an hour and a half, you are drained of all your creative energy, you are drained of dopamine, and you are drained of ambition. As a man, it feels like getting neutered, bro. You gotta go into a cool down period for the next 2 to 4 hours realistically, bro. This may vary from person to person, but it's not worth it, bro. With the time aspect of this, it's not worth it. The hour and a half compared to the 6 hours or more of lethargy, bro. That's another thing to consider with this, okay? Pros and cons, bro. I should get that shit tattooed on my chest. Everything is pros and cons, okay? We the accuser. So this one is another very peculiar side of the Zaza, okay? But I notice most of the time when I chief, bro, if I got some positivity going on in my mind and I chief, the positivity can get thrown out the window. And even if I'm not susceptible to the negativity, negative thoughts bubble up a lot more, bro. I judge a lot more. I have a lot more pride, a lot more envy when I'm on the Zaza, which is no bueno. One shouldn't hold that shit mentally. It's not the most productive a lot of the times. But this one is a bit of a double-edged point, because if you're in a low place in your life and you need to hold yourself accountable and judge yourself and point out all the errors you've been making, this can be a wake-up call once you get zooted and you're sitting alone in your bedroom, low-key a little stinky, you're fat, you're eating a bag of chips, the video games you're losing. Bro, you can only go up from there, dude. You start seeing all your flaws, bro, okay? So, the accusations of the week, something to keep in mind. Comfort in a puff. Weed is comfortable, bro. It's like getting in a snug little blanket, which is terrible if you're trying to fucking proceed with your life, dude. If you're living in the ghetto, snacking on ramen, working a shitty 9 to 5, and your bae got roaches in her house, bro, and you're puffing on the Zaw, thinking shit's sweet, dude, you got work to do, bro. We've all been there. We've all been in the ghetto with our hoes that got roaches in their house, bro. You can't just smoke some Zaw and forget about your situation, dude. Put in some more work, dude. You need as much energy as possible to elevate, okay? Again, this is for people trying to elevate, bro. If you love your life and can't die right now, do it. Bringing us to our next point, the petite death. A petite mort or some shit like that, the French say, okay? But they refer to that, but they use that to refer to an orgasm. I see marijuana really synonymous with the orgasm, bro. When you bust or when you're faded, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I could die right then and there and shit would be okay. Which again is not good if you got places you want to be. The craving of death is a topic for another video, but you can see right there, if you feel like you're at the finish line, bro, that's the exact opposite mentality you want to have if you're trying to go somewhere. Being zooted is the equivalent of having a full belly. And like I said previously, being nutless. You've accomplished your mission, bro. You got zooted. Congratulations. Now you can enjoy your reward. Not ideal for movement, which brings us to one of our more important points right here, the cheated, or put cheater king, the cheated king. Imagine I did that, okay? the cheated king. Like I said just now, if you're at the finish line, bro, why would you want to go past the finish line? This is what the MJ does to your brain. You're at the finish line. The reason I put the cheated king here is because when you're zooted, if you don't have that voice in the back of your head telling you to move your ass, like I do when I get zooted sometimes, the only voice in my head is, damn, bro, love, man, this life shit's great, bro. This life shit's sweet as fuck. I'm zooted. I got fast food. Ooh, fuck. You think you're a king of your bedroom, but what work did you put in to achieve that? It's a hollow victory, bro. It's a hollow victory. That's what the MJ is. It's a hollow victory. I just want people to know that it's a hollow victory, bro. You become a king, but what did it cost you? Absolutely nothing, bro. You're like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. You were given the status of king. Disappointing. Pete Chud State, essentially the same thing I just discussed. Bro, find me some real ass stoners that are tough as fuck, that are not black. Caveat, that are not black, okay? Because, dude, I don't know if this affects black people differently, but you got a motherfucker like Wiz Khalifa that's yoked as fuck, and he's still chiefing every single day, and he's still like cohesive, bro. Maybe black people have no downsides for the weed, but as a Mexican, bro, the weed is the last thing you want, bro. If you want to be a sexy Mexi, bro, or want a passionate Mexi, a passionate Spanish, romantic Hispanic, the weed's gonna kill all your romance, bro, and just replace it with doubt and fucking chudity, bro. Chudity. Ooh, I need to bookmark that word. And then down here, I got background manipulator and destroyer of agency. Like I said, the weed is very sneaky with its background processes, bro. I remember I quit, and then I got back into the loop of chiefing. And during the loop, you really fooled yourself into defending the fucking plant, bro. You really start being a white knight for the plant, bro. Captain Save-A-Ho for the Zaza, an inanimate object. You're like, well, it's not that bad, and it actually kind of... Any cope for the Zaza is cope, bro. It's fake. Go sober for a month, bro. Go sober for 30 days and try to defend the Zaza, bro. Please, I beg you. Go sober for 30 days and argue with me about how the plant has improved your life and why you want to go back to it. You don't need the plant, bro. You don't need that yellow honey in the cartridge, bro. It's the background manipulator. It's cock and ball torturing you, and you're begging for more, and you're sitting here defending it, bro. Can you see how that looks? Please take a step back and see how that looks, bro. Look in the mirror. Oh, and I guess back to my point about the different ethnicities' relationship with the plant. I don't know about y'all, but all the people at the dispensary are fucking... Dude, I would not want to live in their body, live in their shoes, right? The dispensary people just got a strange character. Not to try to belittle nobody. These people are some of the kinder people of the lower echelon of the planet, right? These people are pretty fucking nice, but they're a little weird, and they don't look cool. I want to look cool, bro, and the plant is not gonna get me to look cool. The destruction of your agency. Dude, I couldn't give a fuck about accomplishing anything when I'm zooted, bro. If I'm zooted, that's it, bro. I'm laying in bed. I don't even need to, dude, I don't know, bro. I can't even play video games. I can't even find the motivation to finish or play or try in video games, bro. The only thing I can do is sit there like a vegetable. Well, I should say the only thing I can enjoy is sitting there like a vegetable and visually consuming content, bro. And even a lot of times that doesn't leave me satisfied. A couple of key points I've missed out here is, again, with the satisfaction. If you're at the finish line, bro, there's no motivation to continue. There's no motivation to try. you are fully satisfied. But even that comes with a caveat, because a lot of the times, no matter what you do, the satisfaction never hits like you want it to. You get in the state of chasing a dragon that doesn't exist, bro. And after that, you do it all over again in a continuous cycle. Sorry, that's one of the biggest illusions that it projects, bro. It keeps you in a loop like a fucking hamster, killing your momentum. Well, maybe you keep your momentum, but your momentum spins you around in a fucking circle. It's like you're spinning your tires in mud. You don't go nowhere. Or you move really, really slow anywhere you are trying to go, dude. The Zaza is just one of my new favorite things to hate. And I'm not a hater, bro. I love everything except so far college and Zaza, bro. Those are the only two things maybe I hate right now. Other than the obvious shit, right? But college and Zaza, bro, we're not fucking with either of those, okay? All I want you to take away from this video is a bit of consideration and a bit of a step back for reflection about how much of this plant really benefits your life, or how much of it is an illusion by the plant itself, coaxing you and manipulating you into defending it and believing that it's beneficial for you, bro. The generator of illusions, bro. This plant is literally Loki, which, whoa, I might have to explore the historical connection between Loki and the Zaza, bro. This is a thing that I've never even considered like too heavily, but obviously everything you need is inside you. All the masters of the universe tell you this. You were born with everything you ever could need at your disposal. And as life goes on, you forget, and then you think you need weed, bro. Weed's pathetic, man. I've completely 180'd on this shitty substance. I'm not saying I regret all my time smoking, but I've got my value out of it. And now I know it's only gonna hinder me from this point forward. And y'all better stay out of my comments with that, oh, but it's good for medical purposes and all that, bro. If they're trying to prescribe you opioids, yes, dude, I guess it is better than opioids, bro, but that's probably the only case where you should be sticking to the Za. Like I said, this is for younger people that are trying to proceed with their life. The Za is not gonna help you do that, bro, no matter what way you slice the fucking cake. Thank you for watching. Cop a t-shirt if you're a stoner, if not, links down in the description.